have my client on their side, I have shown how to drape, and now I can use all of the tools, all of the techniques that I use when the client is prone or supine. I've just got a different angle on the canvas. So you can do your petrissage. And here, the nice thing is you can really get all these side serratus, obliques, all these great muscles here that are usually very neglected during a regular massage. And you can even take and do some nice effleurage, a double-handed effleurage down, and use the hip to push and stretch. You can also do some layering friction right from the lamina groove over the erectors. I like to do this all the way down in one direction. And then I can take and come in with a little more detail work in that lamina groove. Or you can even take and I use my 2 braced thumbs and I can sink in, and what I'm doing is I'm sinking in to the lamina groove and I'm pushing those muscles away from the spine. So I'm sinking in, pushing away, and then moving down, and I'm just going to do this along each of the vertebrae all the way down to the sacrum. And if you sit, actually you can even get a little more pressure just by leaning your body weight into, again, always keeping those thumbs braced so that you don't hyperextend and you're sinking straight in and getting some friction. Some friction. And then down here, oh my gosh. So this is the best way to get into the SI joint in my opinion, because look what you can do. I can get at it from a traditional sinking deep down in through the body, or I can come here and I can sink in kind of obliquely and get sort of behind some of these muscles in a different angle. Feels pretty good in here. Nothing's really tight. Does it feel good to you?
It's a little tender.
A little tender? Actually right about there.
Right there for sure.
Yeah.
It's like gardening.
Yeah.
Muscles.
So again, I find that I just found a area of tenderness, and my strategy for those areas is always to kind of gently palpate all around to figure out where that kind of epicenter of this spot is, and once I've located that, you can, if I need to check in with my client, I can, but I've basically determined it's here. Then I can sink in with a little more pressure till I get his attention, and I'm going to check in and make sure this is a kind of a hurt so good feeling. Okay, it feels good, and I hold it for a few seconds, several seconds actually, and then I'm going to watch his breathing, and the next time he exhales, I'm just going to come off of it for a minute and let him take a full breath in, and I've got no pressure, and as he exhales I'm going to sink back into that spot now. And you might notice you can sink in with a little more pressure this time, and that is simply because those muscle fibers, and right now I'm on, pretty sure I'm on the QL, or the lateral side of multifidus. And now I'm just checking and going down. And a little bit of cross fiber right here, right at the iliac spine. And then you can get right in at that joint and just really work it from different angles. And again, you have your body weight. You can lean right into this area and use your body weight. And then always after you do your detail work, you want to come back out and broaden your work and kind of make nice on everything that you were just releasing. So here you can see we've got the same fundamental strokes that we're using when our client is prone. We're just applying them to this different angle. And of course here, we've got this great access to these to the ribs, the intercostals, muscles in between the ribs, to the serratus. Serratus, anterior, inferior. I always forget what these side muscles are.